Harvey's Curbside to Go means you can experience quality anywhere. Call in and pick it up on your way home without leaving your car. No cooking, no cleaning, just dinner. Harvey's, a difference you can taste.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning, and as always, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather this Tuesday morning. Here's what you need to know as you get out the door this morning. Another cool, even cold start for some ahead out there for your Tuesday. Probably still going to need the light coat if you needed it yesterday morning, but we're seeing a gradual warm up ahead. So if you like the warmer conditions, this afternoon's another warm one, even into the work week, getting warmer and warmer. And that leads us up to our weekend forecast. Storms are in the forecast this weekend. The exact timing and severity of them still in question. So we're going to be talking about that as we get into the forecast this morning. As for temperatures, I told you if you needed the coat yesterday morning, probably going to need it this morning as well. We're not as cold, but temperatures across the board in the 50s still. 51 in Bruce, 53 in Water Valley, 53 in Grenada, 54 in Eupora, 52 over in Lee County. Now, where are we sitting in comparison to yesterday morning? Anywhere between 2-3 degrees warmer. So yeah, we're a little bit warmer as you're stepping out the door this morning, but still a nice and cool start. Take a look at some of our cameras over in Maben. Nice start to the day. Temperatures in the middle 50s there. Over in Greenwood, I'm going to check out that Maben camera. It might be a little bit frozen, but here's a look over in Greenwood. People getting out on the roadways this morning. Still seeing a lot of clearing conditions and temperatures in the middle 50s there. Over your first 12 hours ahead, plentiful sunshine is going to be the story for your day. So we'll be in the middle 50s all the way through 7, eventually into the 70s by 10, and then 80s right back in the forecast. If you liked yesterday, it's going to be a lot like yesterday today. Low 80s expected into your afternoon and a lot of sunshine out there as well. Temperatures getting into the 70s as we head to 7 o'clock and on. Not a lot going on in the weather department this morning. That's been the case over the last few mornings. You can see here on current satellite and radar, I'm not even tracking any clouds in North Mississippi or across the Twin States, really across the Southeast. We're not looking at anything going on. You have to go out west into the Midwest to see any type of activity in terms of clouds or rain. But let's go into futurecast. Let's put this into motion a little bit. When can we expect a little bit more activity in the area? Again, it's not going to be your work week. As you head into this afternoon, you're good to go. Lots of sunshine in the forecast. Just grab the shades if you're headed out. Going into your Wednesday morning, same story. Clear conditions out the door. That's going to be remaining true into your afternoon. You can see cloud cover kind of avoids us. It's to our south, it's to our north, but it's not here. We're looking at continuing dry conditions and clear conditions nonetheless all the way through your Thursday as well. So those Thursday games, those community college games, good to go for your Thursday. Same story as we head into your Thursday afternoon. Here's the thing though. This is when things start to change your weekend. I'm talking mainly for your forecast as we head into the back half of Saturday into the overnight hours. Storms are going to be returning this weekend, and they could be on the stronger side of things. We're keeping our eye on a system that's going to be inching closer to the area. Again, we're going to be talking really exact timing coming up in the next few minutes and what this is currently looking like this morning. But what you need to know is rain chances do return for your weekend ahead. If you got any plans or you're looking forward to some rainfall, we fortunately will be getting some because we do need it as we head into your weekend ahead. Coming up next, again, we're going to be talking about timing. What is the latest data saying this morning about when we can expect those storms in the area? And of course, your 7-day forecast coming up for your morning, all coming up after.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Well, good morning and happy Tuesday out there. As always, thanks for joining us here on Mississippi Live Weather. Beautiful conditions out the door this morning. If you haven't stepped outside, this is over in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Beautiful ongoing sunrise there. Not a cloud in the sky, and just overall really nice. Temperatures in the upper 50s already in places like Rolling Fork. A little bit cooler the further north you go. Over in Aberdeen, nice blue skies out there. Overall, a great start to your Tuesday. I'm not looking at any delays, anything to slow you down in the weather department. Same story for the skies. If you're headed out on the airways this morning, no major or moderate delays in all of our regional airports from Memphis International all the way over to Atlanta. As for your school bus forecast this morning, kids still need probably a light coat if they're going to be standing out for a few minutes. Temperature is going to be in the 50s in those drop-off times, but able to shed it into the afternoon. It is another day where it's dress for the tale of two seasons. It's a little bit cooler this morning. It's warmer this afternoon. Not going to need the coat by any means, even middle 80s for some of us. Here's a look at your high temperatures out there for today. 85 in Bruce, 84 in Houston, 84 in Eupora, 85 down in Atala County. Same story over in the Delta, middle 80s, but the further north you go, low 80s. So 83 in New Albany, 80 in Boonville, 80 in Corinth, 80 in Iuka as well. So a day a lot like yesterday. Let's talk about wind clouds moving in and out of the area, because that's the only thing I'm tracking over your next 48 hours. And even then, it's really not much. Looking at full sunshine and northerly winds sticking around through your afternoon and your evening. I just progressed this futurecast all the way through 7 p.m. Did you notice? Yeah, because nothing changes. We're looking at the same story from this morning all the way to this evening, looking at dry and clear conditions nonetheless. As we head overnight Tuesday into your Wednesday, still not much of a change. Starting off our Wednesday on a very dry and clear note like we have the past few mornings, and that'll stay true into your afternoon as well. So pretty boring or simple forecast as we head over the next few days. Again, all the way through your Wednesday evening. I'm not tracking much of a change at all in our weather department. So looking at very dry and clear conditions throughout today, throughout tomorrow as well. Here's a look at your temperatures for Wednesday. They do, again, get a little bit warmer. We'll be in the middle 50s to start your day. Upper 70s by noon, and a lot of us topping off in the middle 80s on your Wednesday. Low to middle 80s yet again with a lot of sunshine in the forecast. 70s come back by the evening. So that looks a lot like today. It looks a lot like yesterday, just warming up a few degrees every afternoon. Rain chances ahead. This is why I say you're good to go all the way through your Friday. Thursday and Friday for those football games, I'm not tracking much of anything. A little bit more cloud cover out there for Friday, but no rain in the forecast. However, things change. As I said, into your weekend. Take a look at this. Saturday, we have it about a 40%, 20% on Sunday. That might not seem like a lot right now, but we have a 60% overnight Saturday into your early Sunday morning. That's when we think the system's going to be impacting us the most. So about a 40% on Saturday, but I'm not looking at any rainfall entering the forecast until well after noon. So I'm talking around those sunset times is when we're really watching the potential for rain to start crossing over the Mississippi River into our area. That's why the main rain chance is going to be overnight into early on Sunday. Also makes this an overnight event, which we don't love here, but it does bring our severe weather threat down when it's overnight. Not as many ingredients in there, not the daytime heating for this system to work out of. Here's the thing though, the Storm Prediction Center they had this out yesterday, a day 6. Now it's a day 5 risk area. This extends from St. Louis, covers the entirety of the state of Arkansas, and goes down into places like Texas and northern Louisiana. Where does this cover here in our area, for our region? Well, it clips northwest Mississippi and the Delta. So across the Mississippi River into places like Marshall County, Lafayette County, all the way down into Grenada County, clipped in this as well. So that's the area that we're going to keep our eyes on as the system moves through. Really going to be the Delta and northwest Mississippi, seeing the best ingredients into play. But what threats are we currently watching right now? As I said, I don't think we're going to be in the bullseye of this system or the main risk area. I think that's going to be more in places like Arkansas and maybe northern Louisiana. However, this risk does extend a little bit further into our area. Main threats I think we're going to be watching here is going to be the wind potential. But as always, we're going to keep you updated. Things are and will change as we head into your weekend. But that's what it's looking right now. And as always, want to be as transparent and honest with you as systems come into play as possible. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Low 80s today, turn into middle 80s Wednesday and Thursday. Also for your Friday, even upper 80s. Pretty warm Friday out there. Saturday and Sunday look to be on the stormy side of things, especially for the back half of your Saturday. So I just encourage you to keep checking back up with the forecast. If you don't have the Mississippi Live weather app, I encourage you to download it. Make sure that your severe alerts are on for that. If this does happen to be overnight, you want to have multiple ways to receive alerts. Weather call could be one of those ways as well if you have not signed up for that. Another thing, meteorologist Gabe Maynor was out at Fair Park in Tupelo for Piominco Day yesterday. He got to do a lot of cool stuff and learn a lot of different stuff as well. I want to show you a little bit of his time over in Fair Park.
Fair Park was overflowing with fun Monday afternoon. Folks gathered from around the country to explore more about the Chickasaw Nation and learn about one of their local legends.
We're in town from North Carolina and we are Chickasaw, and so we took advantage of the Piominco Day celebration to just come by and hang out.
I passed by and I saw the Indians out here and I was like, I want to learn about that.
The city of Tupelo taking Monday to honor Piominco.
Since 2008, the Chickasaw Nation has celebrated the second Tuesday in October as Piominco Day. And since 2012, the city of Tupelo has been gracious enough, and we are extremely grateful, that they have provided a proclamation stating that today is Piominco Day here in the city of Tupelo.
The Chickasaw leader was born around 1750 in what would soon become Tupelo, Mississippi. His life contains several accolades, including being a diplomat to protect the Chickasaw people and being friends with President George Washington. But his biggest accolade was peace.
He signed the Treaty of Hopewell with the American government, which was really one of the first agreements between Chickasaw Nation and the United States, which defined the boundaries of a Chickasaw Nation. It acknowledged the Chickasaw Nation as a sovereign, and it also proclaimed friendship between the American government and Chickasaw Nation.
The park became an immersive Chickasaw experience filled with native weapons, pinch pots, language, and so much more.
That bow and arrow one where you shoot it.
Why is that?
Because it shows the red and it's Hama, so whenever I shoot it, I think they would tell me the thing.
I like the darts. That was cool.
The thing that drives.
The pinch pot that you made over there, that was your favorite thing?
It's always the dancers. I love the dancers.
It was an educational experience to learn more about the Chickasaw Nation and how a Tupelo man left a lasting impact on this country.
I never knew this in school, and I am so excited. I didn't know, and I've learned so much.
Yes, it's awesome, and we've even gotten education that I hadn't learned before, and so they're really doing awesome stuff with cultural restoration and just learning more and more about who we were and all the things to carry forward.
I'm really proud. I like getting to learn about them, not just being, hey, yeah, it's Piominco. Like, I actually get to learn something about them and experience what they did.
To honor the fearless leader, they laid a wreath in front of the Piominco statue to remember just what he did for the Chickasaw Nation.
And that again was our meteorologist Gabe Maynor live in Fair Park for Piominco Day yesterday afternoon. Love seeing Gabe out in the community and just got to learn a lot from that video as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to tune back in. We'll be back in the next 15 minutes at 7 to give you all the things you need to know to get you out the door this morning, and also at 7:30. But thanks as always for tuning in to Mississippi Live Weather.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
You wonder how they're going to experience the real world in real safety, where all kids are welcome and everyone has a path forward to new skills, advancement, leadership, something they will carry with them the rest of their lives.